The Void Empire had conquered 17 galaxies in less than 3 centuries. Their ships materialized from darkness itself, born from the quantum foam that existed between realities. They were ancient, powerful, and utterly convinced of their supremacy. No species had ever matched their technological prowess, and none had dared to resist for long, until they reached Earth. Imelda stood on the bridge of the UESS Prometheus, her hands clasped behind her back as she watched the holographic display. The Void Empire's fleet hung in space like obsidian daggers, their ships absorbing light rather than reflecting it. 47 capital ships, each capable of glassing a planet in hours. They're hailing us again. "Commander," reported Lieutenant Chen from communications. "Let them wait," Imelda said calmly. She glanced at the tactical officer. "Tiberius, status?" Tiberius looked up from his console, his weathered face betraying no emotion despite the odds they faced. The former fighter ace had seen action in the Martian Rebellion and the Titan Wars, but nothing like this. "All systems nominal, Commander. The fleet is maintaining position at Jupiter's orbit. They still don't know we're here." "Good." Imelda allowed herself a thin smile. "Keep it that way." The Prometheus hung in the shadow of Europa, completely invisible to the Void Empire's sensors. It wasn't stealth technology that hid them, it was something far more elegant. The ship simply didn't exist in the same dimensional phase as the rest of reality. Humanity had learned much from studying the wreckage of Void ships over the past decade. Ever since that first skirmish at Alpha Centauri. "Commander, the Void Emperor is demanding Earth's surrender," Chen said. "They're giving us 1 hour." Imelda walked to the viewport, staring out at the distant blue marble of Earth. Humanity had been preparing for this moment since the day they realized they weren't alone in the universe. While other species had built bigger guns and thicker armor, humans had asked different questions. They had wondered, investigated, and experimented with the fundamental nature of reality itself. "Open a channel," Imelda commanded. The view screen flickered to life, revealing the Void Emperor, a being of swirling shadow and crystalline light, beautiful and terrible. Its voice resonated across impossible frequencies. "Primitive species of Earth," the Emperor intoned. "Your resistance is meaningless. We have seen your fleet 43 vessels against our armada. Surrender, and your extinction will be swift and painless. Resist, and we will make your suffering legendary." Imelda met the Emperor's gaze without flinching. "We decline." Silence hung between them for a heartbeat. Then the Emperor laughed, a sound like breaking glass. "Foolish. Your defiance is noted and will be remembered as cosmic dust. We attack in 1 hour." The transmission ended. Tiberius stood from his station. "Commander, they've begun moving into attack formation. Earth Defense Fleet is scrambling all available ships." "As expected," Imelda said. "Tiberius, bring us to full power. It's time to show them what humanity has been building." "Aye, Commander." Tiberius's fingers danced across his console. Phasing generators online. Dimensional anchors released. Matter energy conversion reactors at 100%. The Prometheus shuddered as it began to materialize into normal space. But it wasn't just appearing, it was growing. The ship that emerged from Europa's shadow was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. It was massive, dwarfing even the Void Empire's largest dreadnoughts. 20 kilometers long, bristling with weapon systems that operated on principles the Void Empire had never encountered. The hull shimmered with exotic matter plating that could exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. "Sir," breathed a Void tactical officer aboard the flagship Entropy's End. "We're detecting a massive energy signature emerging from the third planet's moon." "It's impossible. That ship shouldn't exist." The Void Emperor stared at the holographic representation of the Prometheus, something like concern flickering in its crystalline eyes. "What is this?" Imelda's voice came through every communication channel in the Void fleet simultaneously. "This is Commander Imelda of the United Earth Space Service. You wanted to see our full strength. Allow me to introduce the Use Prometheus, humanity's first and only supercarrier. She's been hidden for 40 years, built in the shadow of Europa, powered by technology that makes yours look primitive." "Impossible," the Emperor hissed. "You are barely spacefaring. We have conquered galaxies while your species was still living in caves." "True," Imelda acknowledged. "But you see, that's humanity's strength. We adapt, We learn. We don't just conquer, we understand. Every void ship you've sent against us, we've studied. Every dimensional phase you use, we've mastered. And then we improved upon it. Tiberius activated the weapons systems. Commander, we have firing solutions on all 47 enemy vessels. But that's not even the best part, Imelda continued. The Prometheus isn't just a ship. Watch. The Supercarrier's flanks opened like a blooming flower. From within emerged not dozens, not hundreds, but thousands of smaller craft. Each one was a phase fighter, capable of existing in multiple dimensions simultaneously, armed with weapons that could tear holes in spacetime itself. The swarm of fighters arranged themselves in a perfect sphere around the Void fleet. You see, Imelda said, humans have a saying, quantity has a quality all its own. But when you combine quantity with quality, with innovation, with the sheer stubborn refusal to give up that defines our species, you get something unprecedented. The Void Emperor's confidence finally cracked. This changes nothing. We are born from the Void itself. We cannot be defeated. Actually, Tiberius interjected, pulling up tactical data. Our scans show your ship's dimensional phase drives are vulnerable to cascading resonance feedback when exposed to specific quantum harmonics. In other words, we know how to make your ships tear themselves apart from the inside. Imelda leaned forward. You have one chance, Emperor. Leave this system. Tell your empire that Earth is off limits, or we demonstrate exactly why humanity has survived every extinction event. Our planet has thrown at us double quotes. The silence stretched for 30 seconds. Then, impossibly, the Void fleet began to withdraw. They're retreating, whispered a communications officer aboard the Earth Defense Fleet flagship. Tiberius allowed himself a rare smile. They're not stupid. They calculated their odds. Imelda watched the obsidian ships fade into their dimensional rifts, disappearing one by one. Log this moment, Tiberius. Today, humanity proved something important. We're not the strongest species. We're not the oldest. But we're the ones who never stop asking what if. And that makes us the most dangerous species in the galaxy. The Prometheus hung in space, a testament to human ingenuity and determination. 40 years of secret construction, representing the combined efforts of every nation on Earth. A ship that shouldn't exist, wielding technology that defied conventional physics. Set course for Earth, Imelda commanded. It's time to come home. As the Supercarrier turned toward the blue planet, Tiberius couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. Humanity had been tested and had answered with overwhelming force tempered by restraint. They had shown mercy when they could have shown vengeance. That, more than any weapon, was what would make humanity legendary among the stars.